If you think getting denied boarding only happens when someone shows up late or forgets their passport, 2026 is about to change how you see airports. Because right now, travelers are being denied boarding while standing at the gate, holding a valid ticket with their bags already loaded, and they have no idea why until it's too late. This isn't about breaking obvious rules. It's about automated cutoffs, silent system flags, facial recognition mismatches, and digital checks that happen faster than a human can explain. In this video, we're breaking down 11 real reasons travelers are being denied boarding at the airport in 2026, starting with the ones that feel unfair but common, and ending with the reasons that shock people the most. Some of these happen after you've already checked in. Some happen even when your documents are technically valid, and one of them can deny boarding simply because you didn't react fast enough. If you're flying this year, stay until the end, because knowing these could be the difference between taking off or watching your plane leave without you. Let's get into it. Number 1. You arrive on time, but after the system cutoff. This one shocks people because it feels completely unfair, and it's happening every single day. In 2026, being on time doesn't mean what it used to. Boarding cutoffs are now enforced by automated airline systems, not by gate staff. Once the system closes boarding, it is legally locked. Even if the plane is still sitting there, even if the door looks open, and even if staff can see you standing at the gate, travelers are being denied boarding while watching their plane through the window. The reason is speed and liability. Airlines now operate on strict departure timelines controlled by software. If the system hits cutoff, staff are not allowed to override it without risking penalties, delays, or compliance violations. This catches people who arrive thinking they've made it, especially after long security lines, last-minute gate changes, or tight connections. You can do everything right, still miss the invisible cutoff by a minute or two, and that's it. Boarding denied. In 2026, the gate time printed on your boarding pass is not the real deadline. The real deadline is earlier, digital, and unforgiving. And this is just the first reason people are getting left behind. Number 2. Your name doesn't match exactly. This one is far more common than people realize, and it's one of the most preventable. In 2026, airlines don't rely on staff judgment to match your ticket to your passport. Boarding systems now compare names character for character. That means missing middle names, extra spaces, hyphens, swapped surnames, or even a single wrong letter can block boarding completely. And here's the part that catches people off guard. Even if a staff member knows it's obviously you, they often can't override the system. If the name doesn't match perfectly, the system may refuse to clear you for boarding. And once boarding closes, that denial becomes permanent. This hits travelers with double last names, hyphenated names, or bookings made quickly through third-party sites. It also happens when a nickname or shortened name is used instead of the full passport name. And this is important. People aren't being denied boarding because the name is wrong. They're being denied because the system can't confirm it's right. In 2026, one missing letter can be the difference between taking off or watching your flight leave without you. Number 3. Your passport is technically valid, but still rejected. This is where people start saying, that can't be right. Because on paper, everything looks fine. Your passport isn't expired. It scans. It's been accepted before. And yet, in 2026, travelers are still being denied boarding for this exact reason. Here's why. Airlines no longer just check expiration dates. Their systems now evaluate passport validity based on the destination's entry rules, passport condition, chip readability, and how close you are to minimum validity thresholds. If anything looks borderline, the system can flag it as a risk. And this surprises people. A passport can be legally valid and still be unacceptable to fly with. If an airline flies you and your destination refuses entry, the airline pays the fine and flies you back. So, when the system flags your passport, staff often have no choice but to deny boarding. This is happening more with passports that are close to expiry, have worn covers, damaged pages, or chips that don't read cleanly every time. In 2026, valid doesn't mean safe anymore. It means approved by the system. And those are not the same thing. Number 4. Your return or onward travel can't be digitally verified. This is one of the fastest ways to be denied boarding now, and most travelers don't see it coming. In 2026, airlines are no longer allowed to take your word for it when it comes to onward travel. For many destinations, they must digitally verify that you have a valid return or onward ticket before they let you board. If your return flight isn't visible in the airline's system, or your onward travel doesn't meet timing rules, boarding can be denied instantly, even if you fully intend to leave the country. This catches experienced travelers too. A confirmation email on your phone isn't always enough. It happens most often when people use separate airlines, flexible tickets, reward bookings, or third-party sites that don't sync properly. If the system can't confirm your onward travel in real time, staff are often not allowed to override it. In 2026, if the computer can't see proof that you're leaving, you might not be allowed to go at all. Number 5. Your visa or ETA clears too late. This one feels especially cruel because technically, you've done everything right. In 2026, many visas and electronic travel authorizations are checked in real time at the gate. If your approval hasn't synced to the airline's system yet, boarding can be denied, even if it clears minutes later. Airlines are fined heavily if they fly someone without confirmed entry permission, so they don't guess. If the system doesn't show approval at the moment of boarding, the answer is often no. This happens more than people realize with last-minute applications, delayed system updates, or authorizations approved outside local operating hours. You can be standing at the gate refreshing your email while the plane boards without you. Once boarding closes, there's usually no second chance. In 2026, approval timing matters just as much as approval itself. Number 6. You're rebooked or removed without realizing it. This one catches people completely off guard because they don't find out until it's too late. In 2026, schedule changes, aircraft swaps, and operational reshuffles happen constantly. When they do, airline systems may automatically reassign seats, move passengers to later flights, or even remove a booking if it hasn't been reconfirmed. The scary part is that this can happen quietly. Some travelers arrive at the airport with a valid ticket and a boarding pass, only to be told their seat no longer exists. Others don't realize they were moved to standby or a different flight because the notification went to spam, an old email address, or never synced through a third-party booking site. By the time they reach the gate, there's nothing left to board. If the system doesn't show an active seat assignment when boarding begins, staff often can't fix it in time, even if the plane isn't full. In 2026, a ticket alone isn't enough. You need a confirmed seat that still exists in the system when boarding starts. Number 7. Your luggage triggers a late security or compliance issue. This one surprises people because it happens after check-in, when they think everything is already done. In 2026, checked bags don't just get screened once. They can be rescanned for lithium batteries, weight distribution, and compliance issues right up until loading. If a bag fails a late scan, the airline may need the passenger present to resolve it, and here's where things go wrong. If there isn't enough time to locate you, or the issue can't be cleared quickly, the airline can offload the bag or offload you. In some cases, the plane leaves and the traveler is denied boarding even though they passed security and were already at the gate. This is happening more often with bags that contain electronics, power banks, spare batteries, or items that weren't declared properly. In 2026, your luggage can still stop you from boarding, even after you think you're in the clear. Number 8. Facial recognition doesn't confidently match you. This is where airport tech really starts to feel uncomfortable. At many airports in 2026, facial recognition is now tied directly into airline boarding systems. Your face isn't just being checked against your passport anymore. It's being matched to your booking, your travel history, and the image on file. If the system can't confidently confirm it's you, boarding can pause or be denied. This happens more often than people expect after major appearance changes. Significant weight loss or gain, cosmetic procedures, facial hair changes, aging, or an old passport photo can all cause problems. Even lighting conditions and camera angles can affect confidence scores. When that confidence drops too low, staff often have limited ability to override it. If identity can't be verified quickly and boarding continues, the system may simply move on without you. In 2026, it's not enough to look like your passport. The system has to agree. Number 9. You're flagged for previous airport or airline behavior. This is one of the least talked about reasons people get denied boarding because it happens quietly. Airlines now keep far more internal notes than most travelers realize. Past incidents like chargebacks, disputes at the gate, being removed from a flight, Repeated complaints or security-related issues can stay attached to your passenger profile. You're not warned in advance. There's no alert when you book. Everything looks normal right up until boarding. If your profile is flagged, the system may restrict boarding automatically or require additional clearance. In many cases, staff aren't told the details, only that the passenger should not be boarded. By the time you're pulled aside, the decision has already been made. In 2026, what happened on a previous trip can quietly affect whether you're allowed to fly on the next one. Number 10. You fail a fitness to fly assessment. This one feels subjective, and that's exactly why it catches people off guard. Airlines are under increasing pressure to prevent onboard medical incidents. Because of that, gate staff are trained to assess whether a passenger appears fit to fly right up until boarding. If staff believe you're unwell, severely exhausted, impaired, confused, or unable to follow safety instructions, they can deny boarding on the spot, and they are legally protected when making that call in the interest of safety. This doesn't just apply to obvious illness. Visible distress, extreme anxiety, intoxication, slurred speech, or difficulty understanding instructions can all trigger concern. Once staff decide you're not fit to fly, the decision is rarely reversed in time for that flight. In 2026, being cleared through security doesn't guarantee you'll be cleared to board. Number 11. You comply, but not fast enough. This one shocks people the most because they don't realize it's even possible. In 2026, refusal isn't the only thing that gets you denied boarding. Delayed compliance can too. Hesitating when given instructions, questioning the process, arguing your case, filming staff, or even pausing too long to respond can be treated as non-compliance. And once that label is applied, boarding can end immediately. Airports and airlines are now optimized for speed, control, and safety. Staff are trained to move on quickly when something slows the process down. If you're seen as causing delay, disruption, or uncertainty, even briefly, the system may simply decide not to board you. You didn't break a rule. You didn't refuse. You just didn't move fast enough. In 2026, boarding isn't just about having the right documents. It's about reacting at the right speed.